Good afternoon and welcome to Urbana High School. Jason Liggett joined by Urbana High School freshman Jalen Ward as we get set for Urbana High School softball. It's the Urbana Tigers against Heritage High School. And Jalen, how familiar are you with this Urbana softball team?
Pretty familiar. I have quite a few friends on the team, so yeah, they tell me a lot what goes on.
And one thing alluding to the lineup there, we are starting a number of freshmen and sophomore this year as people have moved on through the ranks. We still have a number of juniors and seniors looking at this Tigers lineup. Pitching today for the Tigers is Allison Deck. And Deck, one of those freshmen. Megan Rucker out in left field. Center field is Raven Russell, who pitched yesterday for the Tigers as they defeated the Tigers. Urbana against Westville yesterday, 13-3. Raven Russell pitched all 7 innings, issued no walks as we see Allison Deck get the K right there. So 1 up, 1 down for the Tigers here. Struck is up to the plate now for the Hawks. She swings and misses on that one. Well, I don't know if we could ask for better weather today, Jalen.
Yeah.
Now, you got out to the ballpark early, almost as early as I did. Did you just get off school and come right here, I take it?
I had film theater a little bit, but we ended a little bit early, and I realized Allison said she had a game today. So I was like, oh, yeah, just come down here.
Cool. So Allison Deck, the pitcher, is your friend?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll be calling her name all afternoon long. She's had 2 up, 2 down, and looks to be rolling here. Mulaney Smith-Henry is up to the plate for the Hawks. And that's her second strike. Now the Tigers 1 and 2 on the season. Have you been able to go to any of their other games?
Not real, no.
Okay. I don't know if they've had a home game. Was yesterday a home game? I think that might have been their first home game.
No, yeah. First game was away.
Oh, okay. 3 up, 3 down. And Allison Deck looks good in the top half of the first. We're headed to the bottom of the first. No hits, no runs for the Hawks. The Hawks, coached by Vicki Roberts. They're in the Little Okaw Valley League. And, of course, returning again to coach the Urbana Tigers is Billy Harmon. And Harmon has had some good teams over the past few years. I suspect this year will be about the same. So you're involved in theater, Jalen. Any other extracurricular activities?
Well, I usually do track, but I'm out for the season because I had a knee injury, and so next year I'll be in. But yeah, usually track.
And what do you run?
Last year I did the 400, 4x4 relay, the 200, and hurdles.
Left fielder Megan Rucker due up for the Urbana Tigers, followed by Allison Deck. In the hole is catcher Aaron Wright. Wright, a senior this year. Rucker lays off that one, called ball. That ball fouled back behind us. Lands in the middle of Washington Street there. If one comes near us, Jalen, you got to catch it, all right? I've got so many things that I'm doing right now. It's all on you. If I get hit, it's your fault. I'll name names. And a decent crowd out here to see the Urbana Tigers this afternoon. I already mentioned the very good weather that we've been having. Little windy, but what you'd want to expect in the spring. Rucker goes down swinging on strikes. And here's the pitcher, Allison Deck. She looks at strike one. Allison homered in yesterday's game. And a well-struck ball there. Hits it to shortstop. And nice routine play there for the Hawks. They tag the bag, and Allison grounds out to short. Senior Erin Wright up to the plate now as she takes ball one. Did you ever play any baseball growing up, Jalen?
I did, actually. It wasn't really like nothing serious, kind of like little league, from kindergarten to 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
So back when I didn't know softball existed.
Did you have a favorite position that you played, or?
I was always catcher.
Always catcher, okay. And did you enjoy being in the field or batting better?
Batting.
I think that's everyone's story. Probably not everybody's story, but most people's story. Aaron pops that one up high and going to be caught by the pitcher for the Hawks. So 3 up, 3 down in the bottom half of the first. A strikeout, a ground out, and a pop out. So nothing going yet for the Tigers. We're still scoreless as we head to the top of the second. Allison Deck back out on the mound for Urbana. This just our second broadcast of the spring. We'll be out for at least 2 more softball games. We'll be out here on Thursday, April 11th as they battle Champaign Central. Always good to have a crosstown rivalry. And then we'll be back out on Thursday, May 9th, which I believe is senior night here at Urbana High School for the softball team. They'll take on Normal West. Last week we saw the baseball team lose to Oakwood. Well-played game, 6-2 loss there. But still plenty of highlights for the Tigers and something for Gino Hoffman and the team to work on as they go forward through this season. And the pitcher, Grayson Allen, up. She fouls that one back. Oh, 0-2 the count. And fouls another one back. We'll see if she can square this one up here. Get something going offensively for the Hawks. And, of course, if you're on Urbana's side, you want to see a strike delivered here, and we see just that. Deck fires one in there. 4K so far for Allison. That one low and inside to Noelle Woodmansey. Another one low and inside. Woodmansey, the catcher for the Hawks, she takes a hack at that one, not able to come up with anything. Now, as you played Little League, were you a good hitter there?
Not until like I got a few years in baseball.
Okay.
Because usually I will always strike out every time.
That sounds much like my Little League career. I didn't really ever come around either. I struck out a lot. I was good in the field, but not to be feared at the plate. Junior Jada Davis at the plate for Heritage. She looks at that one go past into the mitt of Aaron Wright for strike one and fouls that one back. Jada Davis takes a moment to step out of the box, get adjusted and ready for the next pitch, which is low and outside. 2-2 count now. Deck delivers. And another K. 3 up, 3 down. And Allison Deck looks just as good in the second inning as she did in the first. 6 strikeouts so far for the freshman pitcher. We'll see if the Tigers can get something going here in the bottom half of the second inning. Jason Liggett joined by Urbana High School freshman Jalen Ward. Jalen, do you have a favorite subject in school?
Biology.
Biology. That would never have been my answer, but you know, every subject's got to have some support behind it, I suppose. I was definitely an art or journalism type of person, or I might have even said PE back in the day. But yeah, the tough classes I avoided like the plague. But good to hear that you're into biology.
Yeah, and I have to wait till sophomore year to do journalism because I do like journalism as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, you shouldn't have told me that, Jalen. I'm going to have you here for the next 4 years sitting beside me now. So we work frequently with the journalism students that help broadcast these games. So something that we've had a partnership with for a number of years. So are you a writer then, or a photographer, or
photographer?
Okay.
But I do like writing also my free time.
All right. Well, I will certainly look forward to reading your future articles and viewing your future photographs in the UHS Echo. UHSecho.com. You can read the work of Urbana High School students. Vesley getting the start today at third base. She's up to bat right now. She gets one low and inside. Golf swings it out of there, and it is caught in foul territory. So Vesley goes down. Courtney Falk up to the plate now. Falk playing first base today. She's a senior. Well hit ball right back to the pitcher, and she tosses it over to first for the second out of the bottom of the second inning. Junior Ramsey Rose up to the plate. Now, do you know Ramsey?
No.
I don't remember calling her name last year, so either she was not up to the varsity team yet, or perhaps didn't play softball last year at Urbana High School. Not too sure what Ramsey's story is. She's got a nice swing there. That one lifted into the outfield, and the Tigers have their first base runner of the afternoon. So a single there from Rose. That's going to bring up Anissa Martinez. Rose goes to seal second. That ball sails into the outfield. She grabs second. Now she's headed to third. Will she make third? Close play at third. And she is safe there. Tough for us to see third base, so there's always going to be that hesitation call over there. She's called safe, and now the Tigers have a runner in scoring position. 2 out here in the bottom of the second. Anissa Ramirez up to the plate. Ramirez playing second base this afternoon. And she was thinking bunt down the third baseline, which is a great way to think in that situation, but that one goes foul. Now, what do you think they're going to do here, Billy Harmon and the Tigers? Are they going to go for another bunt or just try to make any contact with it?
I'm going to say try to make any contact, but
inside strike right there to Martinez. She goes down looking. The Tigers strand one. No runs come across the plate for Urbana. They did get the first base runner of the afternoon, though. And now Allison Deck going back to the mound. Jalen, you said that you've been in Urbana schools your whole life, since kindergarten, right? What was your grade school, elementary school you went to?
King.
King Elementary, all right.
Then Urbana Middle School all the way through high school.
There you go. Urbana through and through. Jalen Ward. Rothermel up to the plate for the Hawks. Rothermel playing first base this afternoon for Heritage. She takes a strike right there. And swinging, strike 3. Allison Deck now has 7 Ks on the afternoon and starts this bat off right with a strike. Sanders up to the plate for Heritage. That one gets away from Aaron Wright. It's called a ball. Two and one the count to Anna Sanders, the sophomore from Heritage. And Deck delivers a strike right there. That one chopped up the middle and tossed to first for the out. So that's the first batter for Heritage that didn't strike out, but grounded out to second. Ramirez there as she tossed it over to Falk. Junior Storm Runyon up to the plate for Heritage. She takes a slow swing at that one and does not connect. Oh and 2 the count. Now 2 and 2 as that one's in the dirt. That one low and outside. 2-2 the count to Runyon. And we go to a full count. Full count if you're Deck here, Jalen. Are you just looking to deliver the strike right in the middle, or are you looking to get him to swing?
Strike, yeah.
You're on the same page as Allison. Right in the middle for strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. As we are scoreless and headed to the bottom of the third. We're getting through this one in a hurry. Someone better score. Alexis Stallworth due up for Urbana, the right fielder. Stallworth, a junior. And do you know some of these upperclassmen as well?
No, I only know the 3 freshmen.
Okay. So outside of Allison, who are the other 2 that you know?
Abby Brown and J.C.
J.C. Owens.
J.C. Yes.
Owens and Brown starting this one off on the bench. We'll see if they get into play later in the ball game. Stallworth takes strike 1. Stallworth squares around to bunt, but then draws that back. She looks to Coach Billy Harmon down the line at third. She again squares around to bunt, draws off, and that one's called a strike. 1 and 2 the count here to Stallworth. She swings and misses for strike 3. Here's center fielder Raven Russell. As was mentioned earlier, she was the pitcher yesterday against the Westville Tigers. She pitched all 7 innings, allowed no walks. And I remember her from the girls' summer league that we did some games this summer. She was a force to be reckoned with on the mound. She goes for the bunt there, and that one rolls foul. So strike one there on Russell. And Russell's got the windbreaker on there. 0-2 the count. Low for ball one. And that one high. Two and two the count here to Russell. She swings and she gets a hold of this one. It's popped into right field and not caught. She's on her way to second, slides in safely. So Raven Russell giving that ball a ride and the first extra base hit of the afternoon for either side. So just one down here as Russell looked to steal third there, but umpire sends her back. I'm not sure if someone wasn't ready or what the case was. I mean, I was ready.
Yeah.
Were you ready? Back to the top of the order with Megan Rucker. She goes to bunt that one and fouls it back. Rucker 0 for 1 on the afternoon as she struck out in the first. She whacks that one into center field. Russell being waved home. Russell scores first run of the ball game for the Tigers. It comes from an RBI single from Megan Rucker. So the Tigers strike first here. And now they'll look to add on to that. Just one out. Rucker on first. She goes to steal second. And does so, standing. Pitcher Allison Deck up to the plate now. She swings and misses on that one. And we've already become familiar with Allison's pitching game. Jalen, how's her hitting game?
What I've seen so far, this is actually my first game I'm seeing of her play. It's pretty good.
She's able to lay off that one. 2-1 the count here to Deck. She fouls that one back. It's going to roll on to Washington. And the crowd continues to build here, as I'm sure some folks getting off work and headed to the ballpark here at Urbana High School. And another hit there by the Tigers. Allison Deck rounding first. And coming home to score is Megan Rucker. The Tigers lead 2-0. It's an RBI triple for Allison Deck. So Deck supporting her own cause here. A 2-0 lead for Urbana in the bottom of the third. Well, you said you liked her hitting game, so now everybody likes her hitting game. We just saw what she could do. Senior catcher Erin Wright up to the plate. She had an infield pop out in the first. So just one out. And Allison Deck's on third base. I'm sure Billy Harmon would like to see her get home. Another one fouled back behind us onto Washington. 2-1 count now to right. There's the pitch, and whacked back up the middle, and she gets an RBI single. Allison comes home to score. It's a 3-0 ball game. And the Tigers just going to keep the line moving here in the bottom of the third. Esri Vesley going to get her chance to do some damage. Erin Wright slides safely into second base as she's now in scoring position for Urbana. Vesley 0 for 1 on the afternoon. She popped out back in the second. And she's looking to hit a car. Does not, though. I've parked far enough away, I think. I think I'll be safe.
That was the best choice, honestly.
If there's any damage done to my car, we're going to split the cost, though, right, Jalen? That's what we do?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm glad to hear it. That one knocked back up the middle to the pitcher, and they record the out there. But Vesley able to advance Erin Wright to third base. So 2 out now for the Tigers as Courtney Falk back up to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the second. That one popped up, first base side. And it is caught by Heritage. Rothermel able to keep the sun out of her eyes. Comes up with that one for the third and final out of the third inning. The Tigers strand 1, but they get 3 across the plate. So it's a 3-0 ball game here. Urbana has the lead. Deck's going to return out to the mound as she's been very efficient this afternoon for Urbana. Here in a minute, I'm just going to take off and go home, and Jalen's going to wrap up the game for you. How about that? You can break down all the equipment and take it back to my office for me, right?
Yeah. I'll find a way.
There you go. I like that attitude. No, I'll be here for the entirety. This game's rolling along, though. You might be able to see the whole game. What'd you say? You're rolling out of here at 5:45?
I text my mom, say a little bit after 6.
Oh, all right.
6:30, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll be done by then, for sure. Swing and a miss there. We're back up to the top of the order for Heritage. Kinsey Davison. That one nibbles the inside corner for a strike. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Deck. That one low and inside. So we're even at 2. That one ripped back. Davison 0 for 1 on the afternoon. She struck out in the first inning. Another one sent straight back to the fence. Davison goes down on strikes. here in the top of the first. That's the first out. Brianna Struck looks at a ball right there. She swings at that one. 2-1 count now for Struck. That one knocked down the first baseline and foul. It's a 2-2 count now. We'll see what Allison Deck comes up with here. She gets the K. Mulaney Smith-Henry back up to the plate for the Hawks. Smith-Henry 0 for 1 on the day. She struck out back in the first inning. Wish they had a concession stand out here, Jalen.
Yeah.
What's your go-to concession stand snack? Do you have one?
My drink-wise, Mountain Dew.
Do the do. I feel ya.
And some type of form of chip, I guess, like Doritos, I guess.
Okay. There you go. A few years back, they used to, some of the parents of the Urbana High School baseball team would bring out their grill to Prairie Park and cook some of the best cheeseburgers I've ever had in my life. I still am fond of those days. Another strikeout there delivered from Allison Deck. 3 up, 3 down. And that's 11 strikeouts on the day just through the 4th inning now for Allison Deck. She's pitching good because she knew you would be here, right? All right. Well, you got to show up to every game then if that's the case. You have a favorite Dorito?
Just the regular nacho cheese.
Just the nacho cheese. You ain't trying to get too fancy. I feel you.
I like the classics.
Go with the classics. I really like the Cool Ranch. I think that was like the second Dorito.
Yeah.
Now they have so many flavors, I can't keep up with them.
Like when they came out in like elementary school, middle school, I really liked those, but then after a while I just lost the taste for them. Like back to, the basics.
There you go. Grayson Allen back out on the mound here for the Hawks. And she's had a decent afternoon. Obviously, the Tigers got to her last inning, but that'll happen when you have a good team like the Tigers, and they can get rolling offensively. It's a 3-0 ball game here in the top of the fourth, bottom of the fourth. Why do I always think the Tigers are batting in the top? You go ahead. Feel free to correct me. You can. Don't be afraid. Bottom of the fourth. Tigers up to bat. Leading 3-0. And this is shortstop Ramsey Rose, who is 1 for 1 on the day. Make that 2 for 2. Rose is going to have another single. So a single in the second, a single in the third. It's junior Ramsey Rose. And Rose came around to score in the 3rd inning. Martinez tries to go for the bunt there, to no avail. This Tigers team, certainly not afraid to bunt, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it in just about every inning, I think, multiple times in the third. And there she lays it on, a nice one down to advance the runner. She's not able to get to first herself, though, but a sac bunt there to get Ramsey Rose into scoring position. Alexis Stallworth, 0 for 1 on the day. She swings at strike one there. She goes for the bunt, fouls it off behind. Catcher for Heritage not able to come up with it, luckily. Alexis swings and foul tips that one into the catcher's mitt there and records the second out there for the Tigers. Raven Russell takes strike one. She had a double her first time up. And Russell goes down. Is that a pop out? Did she fly out there?
Yes.
I was busy looking down at my score sheet, and that play went too fast for me. The sun continues to go down here in Urbana as we enter the late afternoon hours, and the shadows get a little bit longer. And pitcher Grayson Allen due up for Heritage. She's 0 for 1 on the day, struck out back in the second inning. She pops one up, and Deck runs over and able to catch that one. So infield pop out there for Allen. Noelle Woodmansey, the catcher for Heritage, back up to the plate. She's 0 for 1 on the afternoon and swings away at strike one. Takes a healthy hack at that one as well. 0-2 the count now to Noelle Woodmansey. Jada Davis squares around a bunt right there, pulls it back. It's called for strike two. So 0-2 the count now to Davis. And gets her down on strikes. So another 3 up, 3 down for the Heritage Hawks. Urbana leads 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. See, I got it, finally. Only took 5 innings. We've rolled through this game. I'm going to have to get a clock at the end of this game, see if we surpassed our shortest game ever here, at least our broadcasting-wise of the shortest game ever here at Urbana High School.
Take this call.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Important man, I understand. He's got all sorts of people calling. Jason Liggett alongside Jalen Ward here on the campus of Urbana High School. A beautiful spring day here in the heart of Urbana, as the Urbana Tigers softball team up 3-0 over the Heritage Hawks. Leadoff hitter Megan Rucker going to step up to the plate once again. You sure it wasn't for me, the phone call? They weren't calling, be like, hey, I heard you just met a guy named Jason. Let me talk to him. No?
No.
Nobody wants to talk to me. Everybody wants to talk to Jalen. Rucker swings at strike 1. Rucker 1 for 2 on the day. She had an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. She hacks away at strike number 2. 0-2 the count now to Rucker. And she goes down swinging at strike 3, so 1 out there for Heritage. Allison Deck back up to the plate. She's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI triple in the 3rd. This is probably one of the largest crowds that I've seen out here at the softball field. Of course, the good weather has a lot to do with that, and I think Heritage traveled pretty well today as we see Deck pop that one up, shallow center, and Heritage comes up with that one for the out. So a pop out there from Deck. So 2 up, 2 down so far with senior Erin Wright coming to the plate. Wright 1 for 2 on the day. She hacks away at the first one, and that gets past the third base player, and she's going to get to first no problem. So Tigers get their first base runner of the 5th inning as Erin Wright picks up a single. Vesley back up to the plate for the Tigers. And I bet you're wondering, Jalen, what has Vesley done so far this game? Are you wondering that? Go ahead, ask me. Ask me.
What is she? Are you wondering?
She is 0 for 2. She's popped out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 3rd, but she did get that RBI in the 3rd as well. Erin Wright safely stole 2nd there on the last pitch. Vesley thought about that one. She wanted to swing at that. It was just a little too high. 2-2 count here to Vesley. Allen fires it in, and that one swung, connected, and into the outfield. It's going to drive Aaron Wright home, an RBI single for Esri Vesley. I taught her that. I'm serious. Why are you laughing? You thought I was a one-trick pony or something? I know how to do a lot of things, all right?
I believe you.
Courtney Falk swings at strike one. Falk 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out back in the second inning. Struck out in the third as she looks down the third baseline to Coach Billy Harmon. He gives her some direction. Here's the pitch from Allen. And trying to steal second base now is Falk, and she gets in, is Vesley, and Vesley gets in there safely. That's probably the closest call we've had at second, and the base came out there, as we can see the umpire holding it, and Vesley going to give him a hand in putting that back. Well, actually, it looks like he's going to supervise her putting it back, rather. That's fine. Good job of delegation there from the umpire at second base. There's a pitch, and that's a ball. 3-1 the count here. Falk swings at that one, and it's going to be a full count. So the Tigers have a runner on second, already have a run across here in the top of the bottom of the fifth. And good swing there, but an even better catch by the Heritage Hawk. She dives for that one and comes up with it. So the Tigers leave one stranded. They get one across the plate, and it's a 4-0 ball game as we head to the top of the sixth. Jason Liggett alongside aspiring UHS journalist Jalen Ward. I'll put in a good word for you, all right? I'll talk to Ms. Tufano. So I know you said you were bigger into photography, but if you were writing articles, what sort of things would you want to write about?
Automotive.
Automotive, okay. Does that mean if my car gets hit, you'd be able just to fix it? We wouldn't have to cover anything? Or do you mean
Probably.
yeah? Do you mean like automotive repair? Like,
Or
do you mean like auto racing? I guess those were the two things that I was considering there.
well, racing and like more like review kind of that too.
Oh, okay. Do you have a favorite car? A dream car, perhaps?
I have a few, but I just have like a favorite brand, I guess,
Okay.
or manufacturer.
Well, unless your dream car is a 2008 Ford Escape, I probably can't help you out. Because that's what I drove here, and I hope that's not your dream car. That's not a very big dream. So
Yeah.
what sort of cars do you like?
I'm kind of like just all modern cars, really.
Okay.
Some from family sedan, SUV to like the supercar, hypercar, kind of.
And that ball connected from Sanders. Ramirez covers first to get the out. So Rothermel strikes out. Sanders grounds out. And still no base runners all game long for the Hawks. So here's Runyon. 0 for 1 on the afternoon. She swings at that one and does not connect. She goes down swinging. And how many strikes do you think that is for your friend, Allison Deck?
14.
14. Let me do the math here. I'm a little slow on this. 15. So 15 strikeouts for Allison Deck, 2 groundouts, and 1 pop out. As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, Urbana Tigers up 4-0 here on their home field at Urbana High School. Now, were you ever able to make it out to any of the football games or basketball games? Any other sports that you've witnessed here at Urbana yet?
Yes, I've made actually every football game and basketball game because was in marching band for football. So we went there to pep game, those football games, and then do our show. And then basketball, I was in pep band, so I was at most of those.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I wasn't at all of them this year. I was at a number of them, but not all of them. There's been some years in the past where I've done all of them, but had some other opportunities arise this year. Ramsey Rose 2 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 singles. She pops that one out of play, and ooh, almost got it. Car in motion there in the parking lot.
That's my teacher.
Is it?
For French.
Oh, well, do you like her? Or were you hoping that she got hit right there? You never hope that anyone gets
she's
hit,
not my
right?
Yeah, she's not my least favorite. So
okay, there you. What a compliment. Narrowly misses that one. You'll have to tell her that you saw it tomorrow in class. You say you're a French teacher?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You want to show off your second language here? Speak some French for us?
I'm not really good at it. This is my first year because I want to learn French. So yeah.
Okay, all right.
Don't know many things.
Well, Ramsey Rose gets her first out there of the afternoon. She pops out to center field. That's going to bring back up Anissa Martinez. Martinez playing second base this afternoon for Billy Harmon. She swings at the first one for strike 1. Martinez struck out in the second inning, had a sac bunt back in the 4th. She was just a little bit behind that pitch right there for strike number 2. That one low and inside for ball 1. 1-2 the count now for Martinez. So what do you play in band?
French horn.
French horn. So you're learning French and you play the French horn.
Yeah.
Favorite food, French fries, French toast?
You can say that. Cinnamon French toast, but yes.
Oh, all right. And that ball dropped there by Heritage, so Martinez on board. So Martinez on first now, and up to the plate is Stallworth. Nope, it's not Stallworth. What do we got here? Someone else, someone new came in.
Abby.
Abby, all right. Well, Abby gets a ground out there. So Abby Brown replaces Alexis Stallworth. And Brown, one of the aforementioned freshmen that you know. Brown does advance Martinez to second. That one popped up to center field. They come up with the catch. And that is the third out. So that ends the sixth. The Tigers leave one stranded in Martinez. Don't get any runs across the plate, but they still lead 4-0 going into what is hopefully the final inning of the ball game. Tigers looking for a shutout here. And Allison Tech back on the mound, and we've already discussed it. What an afternoon it has been for Tech. 6 innings pitched, no hits allowed, 15 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, 1 pop out, and she looks to finish the job here in the top of the 7th against the Heritage Hawks. Tigers lead 4-0. And due up for the Hawks is their leadoff hitter, number 4, Davison. Ball 1 high. Kinsey, a senior for Heritage. Ball 2 low and inside. Ball 3 a little high, so a 3-0 count here to Kinsey. That one fired right down the middle for strike 1. Well, it looks like Kinsey's strategy might be let her pitch. She swings away at strike 2, so a full count here. No out, top of the 7th. Kinsey Davison fouls that one back. Fouls another one back. Davison able to make contact with that one, but it bounces off the plate and rolls foul. So still a full count here. Allison Tech on the mound, fires that one in for strike number 3. And Brianna Struck back up to the plate for Heritage. She's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. She fouls that one back. Strike number 3, and Struck goes down. And the Hawks down to their final out. Mulaney Smith-Henry up to the plate. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Struck out in the first, struck out in the fourth. She swings that one, and it goes foul. So we'll see if Smith-Henry can straighten things out here. An 0-1 count. Allison Deck fires one in there past Smith Henry for strike number 2. And 1 strike away from a perfect game. And she gets it. What a moment for Allison Deck. Perfect game for the Urbana High School freshman. She ends up with 18 strikeouts. 2 ground outs, 1 pop out. The Tigers win this one 4-0, and what a quick game that was. A big part of that, obviously, the play from Allison Deck. What did you like about her performance this afternoon, Jalen?
Just her, she's focused, and she always doesn't let anything go around doesn't let anything come around confuses her or just get in her way. She just keeps dead eye on what she does.
Well, some good field work from the infield when the ball was in play for the Tigers just a few times, as I mentioned. Some good offense from Urbana as well, as they get 3 runs in the 3rd and they add on 1 run in the 4th as they end up victorious 4-0 over Heritage. And as I mentioned, we'll be back at the ballpark on April 11th. And if you have to pick a player of the game, pretty easy to predict, Jalen, but who's it going to be?
Allison.
Your good friend, freshman pitcher Allison Deck, as she records 18 strikeouts, pitches a perfect game, and also has an RBI triple, so got it done at the plate as well. We appreciate you joining us on the Urbana Tigers Media Network. For my broadcast partner, Jalen Ward, so happy you happened to be at the ballpark today, Jalen. It's been a treat getting to know you over the last 7 innings. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Jason Liggett. We'll see you next time. Urbana wins 4-0